welcome back to my channel. I am Bekah Jo, aka the Makeup Tax Lady. Today I come to you in cozy clothes and it is evening time here. I have not had much of a chance to just play with makeup much lately. I've been coming up with all sorts of fun creative ideas, but I haven't really been able to just dig in and have fun. So that's what we are doing this evening. I hope that wherever you're at, daytime, evening time, whatever you're doing, getting ready, chilling, whatever, you just need background noise. I hope that you are having fun with whatever you're doing, and let's get into a little bit of makeup. So my idea for this look is red. I want to wear red tones kind of all over. I recently just unboxed my Ensley Reign Underland palette, and there are some beautiful reds in here, so of course I want to dip into this palette. Also, I've been seeing on Instagram, and I'm sure it's on TikTok and other places too, the, I guess, trend of wearing red blush. And then if you have like the right red blush, it's supposed to look very natural on you. Now, I'm thinking like a bold look, so I don't need the red to look natural, but we're just gonna play with some red eyeshadow, red blush, and then of course a red lip. I have no idea how this look is going to end up, but let's just have fun with it. So for starters, what I am wearing on my face, I have this Lorac Pro Skin primer. This is a very nice, very subtle, moisturizing, smoothing kind of primer, and my skin really likes it. So I have that down as a base. I also have a combination of these two foundations. This is MAC Studio Fix Fluid in the shade NC10. And this is Clinique Super Balanced Makeup in the shade Ivory. I think it's CN28. And this is a little bit too deep on me, and this is a little bit too light on me. And neither one of them, this one I love. I think if I had this in the right shade, I might love it, but I wish it didn't have fragrance. So anyway, I combined the two just to play with them. I have them in front of me. I think I got both of these from like a TJ Maxx, so I didn't pay full price anyway for them. I've had them in my collection for a little while now. I also have Kosas concealer in the shade 01N under my eyes. That felt a little bit too light and bright compared to the foundation shade, so I added a splash of my Natasha Denona concealer. This is the shade N2. And I feel like it's well balanced now. To set under my eyes, I have my RCMA No Color Powder, and I picked this up a few weeks ago, but I used this to set the rest of my face. This is my Tarte Creaseless Setting Powder. This is the lavender shade. So I saw someone on Instagram using this to balance yellow tones, and I thought it was really interesting. So I picked it up, and I really like the powder. Like, it's a very nice powder. The packaging is luxe. I have not owned many things from Tarte at all. So anyway, I have been using that and used that to set my face. I have my Sydney Grace brow gel in the Stronghold in my brows, as well as Sydney Grace brow powder palette to add a little more shape to my brows. And on my eyes, I have my About Face eyeshadow primer. I think the only other thing that I have on right now is a Sydney Grace lip topper, just to kind of prep the lips before we get to the lip stage. But next, I want to go in with eyeshadow, and then we'll come back to do the blush and the lip. So I have no way to prove this, but before Ensley Reign announced the Underland palette and revealed the color story and all of that, in my mind I was kind of thinking, do I have, every color in the color range in the collection of palettes that I have from Ensley Reign? I have a lot of them. I've purchased them all myself. And the one shade that I was thinking of that I didn't have from Ensley Reign is red, like a true red. I have like purpley reds, and then I have some like deeper oranges, but not a real red. So this palette offers us in that middle shade, Wicked Rose, a real red matte. The shade above it, the Red Queen, is a beautiful multi-chrome that I'm pretty sure we're gonna play with that today. And I've seen plenty of videos of other folks talking about wearing this palette, those who got it in PR. And so I'm just excited to have my hands on my palette and to play with it. Whether or not you have this palette, whether or not you want to wear red eyeshadow, I would encourage you at some point to just dig into the beautiful products that you own and have fun with them. We don't always have to be buying the latest and greatest makeup releases. If you do, no shame, but let's just have fun with what we have. I am ready to just dig in. So I'm gonna take my Sigma E27 and dip into the shade Wicked Rose. She is pigmented, she is deep. So I'm going to start focusing this on the outer portion of my eye, and I am making this up as I go. I do not know what kind of shape I want. I think there are lots of beautiful shimmers in this palette that can go with this matte. I think the shades Surreal and Behead will also be absolutely beautiful. I think a couple of the looks that I have seen other creators do with this palette, they paired Wicked Rose with Cheshire's Curse, this purple, and I think the color combination is really pretty, but that's not how I want to wear it today. That is a very, very pretty shade. A very deep shade. Very, very pretty shade. So I just wiped off that brush and I'm very gently going around the outside of where I laid that shade to blend out the edges. I'm not using any other powder or shadow or anything like that. Next, I'm going to take this little smudger brush, this is a Cleona brush, and dip into Wicked Rose and put that, let's do it on the entire lower lash line. Is that what I want to do? No. I'm gonna put it just on like the outer third. I don't know about you, but sometimes I like wake up in the middle of the night thinking about things like color stories, and I had just unboxed this palette last night. So I've done swatches, very light swatches on my arm, but haven't played with this palette yet. Anyway, last night I woke up at a weird hour of the morning and just like in my mind, I could see an addition in this palette of a certain color of matte. I think that the mattes that are in here are beautiful, but they're all deep. They're all mid-tone to deep aside from this very true white up here in the corner. So I was just like in my mind thinking of what that complementary color would be. And this purple shade Thistle from the Flourish palette, I think that this shade in the Underland palette, I don't know what I would replace it with, but that's neither here nor there. This shade in that palette would be so pretty. I think that these two palettes together would be very complementary because you've got bright and colorful in the Flourish, and then you've got colorful and deep grungy in Underland. So I think the combination could be really fun. So I may dip into this palette a little bit. Also Dahlia Magic, this shade, it's not quite a true red, but it has like a reddish base to it. We might wear this also. There is Dahlia Magic from the Flourish palette, swatched out. So pretty. Okay, I think I'm just like avoiding deciding what to do next. Next, I want to grab the shade The Red Queen, and let's put that over the majority of my lid. This is such a beautiful red shade. It's super smooth, and I don't know if it'll pick up on camera, but it's got kind of an orangey flip to it, but it is true red. That is fantastic. Picking that shade up on my finger, I have not laid down a glitter glue or any base. that red shade is gorgeous. It's making the matte almost turn pink, and that's probably just because of the undertones in my skin. So I'm using the shimmer shade here to cover up like portions of the matte. Not mad at the matte, that's just kind of a note. But yeah, that is so pretty. Okay, I do want to dip into Flourish and take Dahlia Magic and put that on the inner portion of my eye. That combination of shades, I feel like just brought this look to life. Love it. I'm using this small, super fluffy brush to blend the edges over the top, kind of up into the crease just a little bit. Okay, next I want to move into blush. So I pulled out all of the red blush options that I have, and I have fewer like red blushes than I thought, but let me show you and then I can do some swatches of those shades just for entertainment purposes. So I have two of the Glaminatrix liquid blushes. These are the shades Poppy and Lavish. Poppy is a coral shade. It looks like it would kind of go with the Dahlia Magic shimmer, but it was less red than I thought about. Oh yeah, red nail polish too, cute. It was less red and more coral. The shade Lavish, it's not really red, it's brown, but it's kind of got a red tone to it. I may end up sticking with this because I think rather than finding competing reds, doing something a little more brown might complement the different reds. So we'll keep that one in mind. I also have these liquid blush sticks from Sugar Drizzle Polish. I don't know that they still sell these. They were like a super limited edition thing, but those are the shades Strawberry Macaroon and Cherry Cheesecake. So here is Strawberry Macaroon and here is Cherry Cheesecake. So they're also like in the red family, but not like super true red as far as blushes go. And I also pulled out these two cream blushes from Sydney Grace. We have Wild For You and Strawberry Cheesecake. Wild For You is definitely a like burnt orange red. So it's not the same red as the matte that I have on my lids. And then Strawberry Cheesecake is really more of a burgundy red, so it goes a little bit more with the matte on my lids. Okay, so here are our swatches. The top two are the Glaminatrix. We have Poppy and Lavish. Next are the Sugar Drizzle Polish. We have Strawberry Macaroon and Cherry Cheesecake. Those are definitely more sheer. And then we have the Sydney Grace Wild For You and Strawberry Cheesecake. All super pretty. I definitely am sticking to Lavish, and that'll work as kind of a bronzer, I think. We'll see how it turns out. And then I'll probably top it because I've been loving topping my blushes lately, like using a slightly different color in the topper. Anyway, maybe with either this Strawberry Cheesecake from Sydney Grace or one of the Sugar Drizzle blushes. So let me start with Lavish. I'm gonna start by like keeping this really far back on my cheeks so that I can keep it from creeping too far in. Something like that. Okay, that laid down, blended out very nicely. Next, I'm gonna go in with Strawberry Macaroon of the Sugar Drizzle liquid blushes. And these are definitely more of a blush lighter. They have some shimmer to them. They add a nice little splash of color and glow. I'm gonna add just a little bit to my forehead as well. I know I'm like jumping around all over the place, but it's kind of just how I feel like playing with my makeup tonight. So I just picked up a bunch of lip liners from Give Me Glow. I already had a few in my stash, but they have like all of them on sale for $1 right now, and it's really hard to beat just playing with new makeup when it's $1. So I ordered, I think, every liner in the line. Like I said, I already had 3, so I didn't get duplicates of those. And then when I made my order, there was one that was out of stock. And then like a week later, they put their blushes and bronzers on a discount, on a sale. And I was looking at blushes, so I picked up a bronzer, a blush, and that lip liner was back in stock. So that order has not arrived yet, but I have all of the lip liners, or will soon have all of the lip liners in my collection. So we're gonna play with some today. Hopefully you can see here, I swatched a few on my hand. So let's see if I can remember the shades. Starting over here, we have Pinup Red, I've already lost, Pinup Red, and then Cinnamon Bun, and That's So 90s, Sweater Weather, and Soft Red. So Soft Red I had previously had in my collection. These others are new. The Pinup Red is really pretty, so we may incorporate that, but I think it's too true red for the rest of the direction that the look is going. But I do really like that soft red shade before. It's super pretty. And I think either Sweater Weather or That's So 90s. Probably That's So 90s. So I'm gonna start with lining my lips with the That's So 90s. Take off the little bit of lip gloss that I have left. I've been watching Alexa Chan lately. She's been uploading a lot more to YouTube, and she loves playing with lip liners, so I'm sure part of this inspiration came from her. That is a very pretty shade all on its own, but I want to go in now with the Soft Red and, I don't know, put this on my lips too. I don't really like have a shape or a direction in mind. These lip liners are really nice. They glide really well. So they're easy to like fill in your lips with the formula that it is. Okay, that's fun. So I just took that through basically just like the middle section. Now let's take Sweater Weather and use this kind of in the same way, but on the outer portions to maybe add like some more dimension. Ooh, very pretty. I think this is fun gradient. It's subtle, like you probably couldn't tell that I used 3 different lip liners unless you watched this video and you knew, but that's okay. I think it's fun. I picked up the Ensley Reign lip trio that they released with their Underland palette, and this is their plumping lip oil in Off With Their Heads. It's a black shimmery lip oil, and I have not tried it on the lips yet, so let's throw some on, see what we think. I'm gonna use this very lightly so as not to disturb the lip liner work that we did. I'm so sorry if my positioning, angling, and all of that keeps changing. Okay, let's add the lip. Very nice, a subtle little gloss and kept the depth. Now, I did go in and add my Smashbox kohl liner. This is the shade Sumatra. This is just a nice deep brown. I did add a little bit of that to the waterline. It's not like super pigmented or anything. And I know I need to add mascara. If you wanted to do lashes, lashes would look really cool with this whole look. The drama, it would be there. It's just not me tonight. And I know I need to finish up the lower lash line. I just haven't decided what I want to do yet. So let me add mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, I've decided, because I have two eyes and I want to do so many different looks, I'm going to finish this look off in two different ways. You'll have to let me know in the comments which of the two ways that you prefer, or if not either of these two ways, what you would have done or like to see. So for this eye, I'm going to dip back into Underland, and I'm going to take this shade here. This is the shade Behead. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it on camera, but it has a gorgeous shift to it. So on this eye, I'm gonna add this shimmer shade and really just like throw it all over, let it do its thing on the lower lash line. And I know it's just on the lower lash line, so it's not like getting its full moment, but that's really pretty. And I like the way that it kind of cleaned up this look. I'm just going around the edge there just to soften the edges of that shimmer. Could go in with an inner corner pop. Let's do that. Let's take the shade Wicked Wildflowers, which is such a pretty shade. Going to pop that on the inner corner, but I don't want it to take over, so going to take my brush again and just kind of fluff that shade just to soften it. Yes, there we go. So it's a fun little splash of kind of pink is the way it's looking to me right now. It's like sparkle, like dispersed sparkle pink. Very fun. Okay, on this eye, I'm going to dip into my Flourish palette and grab the shade Thistle. So this will be the more colorful option. And I'm going to put that on the remaining like 2/3 of my lower lash line. This shade is so up my alley. And it's bringing like a contrast to the deep smoky red. And in the right time and place in an eyeshadow look, contrast is so good, so good. Because we're in the Flourish palette, I'm gonna dip into Buttercup Bliss and use that just on the inner corner of my right eye. I'm also going to take this LA Girl liner. This is a neon eyeliner in the shade Vivid, and you can see it's kind of that poppy purple color, and use that kind of where we put the purple matte on the lower lash line. I also just went back in with my Smashbox brown liner and just intensified the waterline color on the outer portion of this eye and on this waterline as well. Okay, so here we are. Here is where our red look landed us this evening. We've got two eye options, option number 1 and option number 2. Like I said, let me know in the comments which of the two you prefer. So yeah, we've got this smoky, kind of vampy red eye look. We've got kind of a red toned blush. It definitely went more in the brown direction, but I think it's very complementary to all the other shades on my face. And then this fun red lip. I really do love the classiness of a real red lip. I just don't tend to wear it very often, so I need to make it more of a habit. I am looking forward to playing with all of these lip liners, playing with my new Underland palette and the other little things that I got from Ensley Reign, as well as the other things coming in from Give Me Glow. Lots of fun stuff. I am excited to very soon be able to do more filming and uploading, so fear not, I will be coming back. This is just a season where life has been busy and just haven't had the opportunity to make videos so much lately. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me for today's video. If you liked the video, I hope that you would give it a like. If you have any thoughts, comments, or questions, please add them to the comment section down below. And if you are new to my channel, I'd love it if you'd consider becoming a subscriber. Thank you so much for joining me on this little journey today, and I hope to see you in the next video.